that brought this to us was a man named Henry Hamilton Bennett. At the age of 14, Bennett and his father moved to the Wisconsin Dells area in search for carpentry work. But 4 years later, he was actually sent off to fight in the Civil War. However, at the age of 22, he returned back here with an injury in his right hand, which allowed him to not be able to continue in the construction business. But it just so happened at that time that Leroy Gates was selling his photography business downtown Wisconsin Dells. So Bennett and his younger brother actually bought up the business. Now back in the 1800s, in order to take a picture, an object would have to stand still for 3 to 5 minutes. So that's why a lot of us believe that nobody smiled in their pictures in the 1800s, because that's a very long time to smile for. Now Bennett knew there was something he could change about this, so after many trials and inventions, he actually created an object called the snapper. It's basically made out of a cigar box and a few rubber bands, and it's very similar to what you all have in your cameras nowadays, with an instant shutter which allows you to take pictures very, very fast. To test his invention out, he would go on the Wisconsin River with a couple lumber raftsmen. They'd put their rafts up together and they'd throw pieces of rope to each other. Now Bennett would take the picture while the rope was in midair. He sent these pictures off to critics, but nobody believed him. They often told him he was holding it up by a piece of string. But Bennett was very determined to prove them wrong, so he continued along the Wisconsin River. He came to this area and he saw these couple rock formations here. He actually set the snapper on the rock formation right behind you folks. And he had his 14-year-old son, Ashley Bennett, climb all the way up here on the right side, jump over to the left, back over to the right, a total of 17 times, until he took this picture that we have here today. Now, he sent those pictures up to critics and they finally believed him. And he actually sent it out into an art show in Chicago. And people fell in love with it. And they started asking him, where did you take this beautiful picture? Because they saw the landscape in the background. He told them nothing else but Wisconsin Dells. So it's the real reason why people started coming here. So at this time, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out here today and enjoying the real reason why Wisconsin Dells is what it is today. Now, we do not have Ashley Bennett with us, but we do have a German Shepherd who is going to jump. So if you guys all want to get your cameras up and ready, the dog is going to jump from the right, over to the left, and back over to the right again, and it happens very, very fast. So if you guys are all ready to go, all right. Alright, you folks are more than welcome to stay here for a few more moments if you'd like to take a couple more pictures. If you are going to the back at this time with Harlan, you can follow him on the path to